For ISO exercise number 4, we're going to once again use our ISO circle template. On previous assignments, we learned how to use it, lining up the different dots, and we were using the dots that are crisscross instead of the short axis and the long ones, or the major and the minor. Well, on this particular handout, they want you to use the major and the minor axes of the ellipse. So it's going to take a little bit of change in our thought process, but once you figure it out, it goes pretty easy. So the first thing we're going to do, this drawing right here, it's asking for a 1.25 diameter, so that's 1 1/4. The pictures, most of them, give you dimensions in decimal format, and you're going to have to convert them to fractions. And I always need to extend these out a little bit just to make sure that my dots for my template can actually align. Okay, there's no guesstimating in this one. Line it up. So it's 1 1/4 inch, and I am going to line up my minor axis and my major axis. And it takes a little bit of finagling. But once I have it, I'm going to switch to my H pencil. I can darken in my object line. Okay, along the back side, I'm going to do the same thing because that dimension doesn't change. However, I'm only going to draw the part of the circle that would be able to be seen. And that would be this back portion. Okay, the rest of this would be very light. It would be considered construction weight because you only draw isometrics with what would be visible without any supernatural abilities. So I use my 30-degree angle to connect the ends and complete my cylinder. Okay, now with number 2, we're going to be using 2 different sizes of circles. So I'm going to use my 1 inch, and then on the same center point, I'm going to use a 1 inch and a 1 1/2 inch, and then the 1 1/2 inch. So the front circle, according to our picture, is the only one that we'd see the entire thing. So I am going to draw that first. Okay, moving back, I'm going to use my 1 inch circle first, and I would only see from this major axis to that one right here. I'm only going to arc that 1/2 of it because that's all I'd be able to see. Okay, and if it helps you keep organized, by all means, then go ahead and close that in with your object lines. Oops, I wiggled. Gosh. Can't trust me some days. Okay, so I have the front half. Then I'll use that same center line for my 1 1/2 inch circle, taking care to line it up. And again, I'm only drawing dark lines where I'd be able to see it. It goes a little bit beyond the halfway point though, because you could see it wrapping around this part of the cylinder. But when you do the back portion, you would only do half because it's going to once again act like that regular cylinder. So I'm going to go there. It's only slightly different than what we've already learned how to do, but it's different enough that it kind of messes with you while you're trying to stay organized. Okay, so you're going to use the same technique on number 3 and number 4. However, there's one thing I want to show you on number 4 is that in the final process, even though it's only giving you a side view, you're going to turn it into a 3-dimensional view coming towards you.